You already know what time it is. Bam! Right at you. Today is Tuesday. We promise you, as usual, 9:30-ish, but it's 10:14-ish. Welcome to the show we call Girth. If your grandmother is up watching your punk-ass kid, tell them to take their punk ass to bed. You are watching grown conversation with grown-ass men and women, right? So, of course, my name is Miles Dixon. I am your host for today. And none other, we got the big homie, the one and only, the one they call Mr. Q.
What up, what up, what up, what up, man? You already know what it is, man. It's your boy Q Lewis holding it down live from the
For the
48205.
4205, Red
Red
Zone.
Zone, baby.
Gang, gang.
So,
And of course, we got a beautiful special guest in the building. I mean, she does everything that you can name. She's a wonderful mom. But she wasn't able to make it today. So, ladies and gentlemen, I bring to you none other than Miss Marleisha to the building.
Hey, what's going on?
She is a beautiful mom, a real estate agent, and a fantastic supporter of podcasting. We really appreciate you coming here.
Thank you.
Damn, look at that boy slimming down. Whoa! Look at that chocolate.
He loses some weight.
Right, yes. Thank you, God. And the one and only on the ones and twos to bring us to you is none other than, how can I explain this woman? Well, regardless, she not with us. So we girl boy is engineering tonight. Y'all give her a round of applause. That was kind of sweet. You hear
it was kind of sweet. I ain't gonna lie.
Kind of sweet.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, it's kind of dope.
That's kind of dope. So, Q, we are going
up,
on
though?
part 2 of what we talked about today.
What we talked about today?
About the setup.
Oh, man, we ain't about to go back on that shit. What up, though, Marleisha? I ain't seen you in a minute.
I'm cute. I miss you.
What
I've
up,
been
though?
looking for you.
She can't. She had this long.
I be everywhere,
sexy dress.
but nowhere at the same time.
She had this long, sexy dress on with these heels. She said, "Where Q at?" I said, "That nigga ain't here down here."
Duh, you goofy as hell.
So no, seriously, Q. It's some things that was left on the table that we didn't really address, and Marleisha thought it was a good topic, but kind of very controversial in the sense.
Yeah.
So we want to bring that back. And the reason why, because Q, you was about to say something before Tia interrupted you, and you forgot what you was about to say.
Oh, you know I don't remember that shit now.
But let's recollect. Let's go to the video right quick. Let's, girl boy, let me know when you queued up with the video because we want to show them and let Marleisha hear exactly where I was coming from today. Let me know. You ready? Okay, we about to go to this the clip.
Replay from this morning.
It's only like 10 seconds. We played for y'all this morning on the Rising Ground, but here we go.
The concept of what we call dating is honestly practicing divorce. Try it as many times as you want to until you find the one. But what you've done is you've formed a habit of getting into things and getting out of them. So what ends up happening is when you get into a marriage and you're like, they're better than everybody else. When it gets tough, you're like, the first reflex I know to do is get out of it.
That was it.
Ooh.
Yeah. Ooh. So, Q, now can you kind of remember what we was talking about?
Yeah, I mean, I don't remember exactly what I was gonna say, but I think it's definitely some truth to that, though. I think that a lot of times when you date, and especially now, I think dating is a little bit different. So when you date now, it is kind of maybe it's too many choices. I think we talked about that earlier.
Yes.
And I think it's just the unwillingness to give something a shot. Too many people are anxious to try something different and give up on what they're working on at the point. So I think that you probably could carry that into a marriage, though, and I think that could be why so many people get divorced is because you get married knowing that you can get a divorce. Like, it's really an option. It's almost like having unprotected sex, knowing you can get an abortion. This whole nother conversation, but never mind.
Yeah,
but I'm just saying.
It's like Ho versus Hoid. Listen.
Right.
So in a sense, Marleisha, how do you feel about that?
Oh, I feel, and it's hard because I'm a Libra, so I have to find balance. I can agree with both sides. So I feel like dating now is a setup for divorce because how easy is it, first of all, to date and have multiple partners? So let's start there because since we have the title of dating, we're not exclusive. So therefore, I still have options.
Right.
Okay. With that being said, with that mentality going into dating, I have no ties. I have no obligations
Exactly.
to you, right?
Right.
So now it's like we could date as long as we want, and the objective don't have to be marriage, right? I could just date you and never marry you, right? And still get everything that I want, okay?
Yeah. Including wifely things.
Exactly. Okay? Too many roles, not enough rings, okay? So
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Too many roles, not enough rings.
I
Wale.
never did.
Did you say Wale or
Wale.
Wale?
It seems like it was wrong.
Wale.
Wale. That's my new Wale.
So,
Then you be like Drake, and then you be like Meek Mills. Go ahead.
so my second point of view is, well, how do I know if I don't practice, right? So I have to date this person to see if I really want to be with this person, right?
How about conversation, and reality checks of knowing? Okay, I get you, right? So
Right.
you're in the real estate business, right?
Right.
So there's no dating in that business.
No.
You have to be. You have to ask all the right questions
Correct.
to get the best results.
Yes.
So that's how we should live our life.
Correct.
When you dealing with businesses that deal Q, and now hear me out, you know I'm big on this. How you practice is how you play, right?
Yes.
So if you're a bogus ass real estate person,
Yeah.
you very seldom not gonna make no money.
Right.
And the bold ones don't get further because they don't ask the right questions.
Questions.
So why a person wouldn't ask the right questions in real life?
Or even educate themselves.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Like even learn somebody.
But that's
Yeah.
the same thing, because overall, Q, you being a writer, right? You don't just write a whole bunch of shit and hope the words go together. You actually
Shit, sometimes.
that-
Throw that shit against the wall and see if it stick. Like, oh shit, we got something.
be like, I was just waiting to see what color the wall was gonna be.
Right.
Suge Avery P. Listen, so no, overall though, we have to really be honest with ourselves in this thing that we call life.
Yes.
And life is all just like about lines. If we look around the room that we're in, it's all lines. There's a beginning and there's an ending. But what's in between those lines is very important. Just like the dash when it comes to your birth date and your
Date
end
of
date.
birth and the day you died.
That dash in between is so important because that's what you've done. So in life, when you in a relationship, you have to ask yourself, did you do the proper due diligence before you made a commitment to someone?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
And the 9 times out of 10, I'm going to speak from our culture, the culture I know about, because I don't date outside my race. The answer 99% of the time is that we haven't.
No, we haven't. We haven't. We do the one thing. We do dinner, and then we do sex. And then we do dinner, and then we have sex. And now you coming over staying the night, and I'm cooking for you.
And then I'm leaving my drawers there.
Okay, you done
And
left
then
your
and
drawers.
now you washing for me.
Right. I'm washing your clothes. I'm washing your drawers.
Right. And now that you washing my clothes and my drawers, now I bring my deodorant over.
And I want to see you come over again.
Right, exactly.
Okay.
And then I want you to come over my house.
Yeah.
Right? And then you gonna leave your hair shit in my. You might even leave a wig.
See?
Yeah, I'm gonna leave my
See,
wig.
but if
I'm
you'd
not leaving my wig though.
But not that one.
Leaving my wig nowhere.
But you would leave your hair somewhere around,
Yeah.
and maybe some lashes. Right.
You'll get these
Right.
lashes.
Right.
Now, see if you start off with a $5 box,
see,
straight, you gonna have that problem.
We not gonna start that shit tonight, kid.
But if you start off.
Oh
with
no,
a
we
five-
here. We in the shit. We
Right,
in the
but-
shit right
but
now.
we start with a $5 box, and she want extra onions. Then it's not $5 no more. So what
See,
I'm
the
trying
$5 box is gonna give you it's gonna give you opportunity to have
it's
some
gonna be-
conversations you wouldn't have
Right.
at a 5-star restaurant.
You know what? No, you're right
How?
because a 5-star chick don't even know how to spell, don't even know what concierge sound like. So Q, you're right. She don't know how to spell it. She be like, "What is
just
this
saying.
concierge? Is that bread or is it meat?"
For
Right, 5 times. Yeah, I remember that shit.
So, girl,
Hey, whatever happened to that dude,
Wait a
Marley?
minute, hold on. Before you go there, girl, boy, you don't know.
Okay.
But Marlisha had a situation with a guy, and they was at a Mexican restaurant, and
The waitress comes up and she asks me what I want, so I order my food. And girl, boy, the waitress goes up to him and say, "Hey, what would you like to order?" This Negro grabs the menu and point and say, "I would like to have the chicken fajitas." So I'm like, damn, I should have ordered a fajita, right?
What is that?
So I go look at, I was like, fool, it's a fajita.
I don't need you no second day.
No,
No,
that was the end
but
of
he
it.
did get some sex, and that's what I'm pissed off about it. Anyway.
It was the fajita.
He was a $5 liquor.
That was your equivalent of the $5 box.
You damn straight. You goddamn straight.
But see, you notice that Q. At first, she never said that she done it to him, but this time she admitted
Exactly.
to do it to the
Exactly.
nigga.
See, this is the first time we hearing this. I thought it was over from that point.
Listen, hey.
What?
This is a judgment-free zone, guys.
It is a judgment-free
See?
zone here on Girth.
And that's why I said the $5 box is acceptable.
No, $5 box bitches is never acceptable. Q when
They
you're over
are.
40. Not when you over 40.
Gonna be boo
Bro,
this shit.
there are so many things that are acceptable that people
No, the
claim that
digestive
are
system's
not
just the
acceptable.
same.
Q, no. A $5 bitch.
Grease.
A $5 bitch do not match up to a fajita nigga.
Obviously not. Obviously not. Yeah.
No, they're not. No, they're not.
It's obviously not the same. You're right.
Because a $5 box bitch, she get that box up to everybody. A fajita nigga is just a hard dick ass dumb dude to where he will fuck the shit out of her and she be like, whoo, at least I got a fajita dick.
I did not have fajita dick.
You did.
It was fajitas.
It was fajita dick. Anyway, she had a chochachanga. Wow.
Chochachanga.
A
Chingachanga. Anyway, so
This conversation go out the door.
to the left. So,
Always.
but seriously, when you're dating preparation, like I stated earlier today, is like having a smorgasbord when you got so many choices. And sorry to say and sad to say that most men have more choices than women do.
Yes.
But the problem is, this is why a person can become a true player in the city of Detroit.
Yes.
Because he can be what I would call a BWW. You know what that is?
No.
A black
idea.
woman wish. Because he meets her and he has everything that she always wanted, needed, except for one thing he can honestly say that he is afraid of, and that's commitment.
Hey, say it again. And you know what I discovered?
Oh.
Let me
Yeah, that's what it
tell
was.
you.
Yeah, see, I hit that trigger point.
has.
Remember?
Yeah, now I remember.
No
Yeah.
age barriers on that. Let me say that there is no age barriers on that. I just wanted to share that.
Well, it can be. So women, I'm
It should be, but
No,
it ain't.
listen, I bullshit you not. Let me tell you.
Hold on, I'm gonna tell you the secret.
ahead.
I'm gonna tell you the secret right now. For all the women out here, especially black women, if you ever meet a man, he is always 15 years younger than you.
True
always.
that. Yes.
Always, because most men are not taught the precious things about life until they reach the age of 25 to 30, and that's the truth.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's what I was saying. So if you meet a man and he's 50
Oh, shit.
and he haven't been in nothing really in his life,
Preach on.
that nigga 35.
Amen.
I'm being
Amen.
mentally.
Yes.
If he been through things in his life, take him for the face value that he tell you that he's been through, because if a
Amen.
man has not been through nothing, he's not going to understand anything that you're going through.
Ashley, I hope you listening tonight, bitch.
Damn. Hey, I hope she listening
I
too.
hope
Shit.
Ashley listening too, because she said bitch on that. That means she's a good friend.
Exactly.
She
She meant that shit.
She trying to put a game. See, and
Yes.
here's another thing. Most women don't never want to take their friends' advice they've been through, because the first thing women say, "Bitch, that ain't me,"
Yeah.
and then kind of
Right.
find out the more the woman
is
or
you.
it is. It's exactly
You
her.
is me
It's
and
exactly
we is us,
us.
bitch. We in this together.
There you go. Again, they call it a lifeline. And remember what I told you, everything in our life is based on lines. No circles, no squares, no triangles, a line. Because you're trying to get from one place to another. What you do in between to get to the other is totally up to you. I was in a situation today. I went in I always support this young lady. She got a pizza place inside the gas station on 10 Mile at Greenfield, and this girl was in there. We need to talk and all this stuff. But I see you busy, and I told her, I said, evidently she ain't need to talk, because even if you was busy, she would have waited.
Right.
You feel me?
Yeah.
If you really need to talk, yeah.
It was her girlfriend?
It was her girlfriend, and she said, no, but she going through problems. I said, name me somebody who's not.
Hello?
Everybody is going through problems, and one is not more stressful than the other. It depends on how the person handles it.
Hello.
And I tell people, what's the difference? I'm gonna ask you this question, Q, and then I want you, and then I'm gonna ask Marlisha, what's the difference between the gift and the curse?
It actually can be the same thing, just depending on how you use it.
Shit,
Cool.
just stole my answer.
So that same answer. I say, well, guess what? I'm amongst intellectual people. I always say there's no difference between the gift and the curse. It all depends on how you handle it, how you go about it. Because you have people who hit the big game lotto, right? And they had a heart attack right after from excitement.
Or like my cousin, they had a lawsuit for $1.5 million. Now she a CNA.
Dog, first of all, you is not going to be putting everybody on blast.
Hold on, wait a minute. If they should have seen
I'm telling you, life experiences like real shit. I can relate.
Marlisha, she should have seen the comment.
I seen her. You weak as hell. That was weak as fuck.
I'm just saying, that's what happened. Shit.
But
Nothing wrong with being a single.
Damn.
But after
but she should,
1.5
but
million.
not if you had 1.5 million.
Goddamn.
You should not be a singer.
She broke, or she probably saving up.
She broke.
Oh, damn.
Damn.
That's fucked up.
That's fucked up.
I bet she fucked with every nigga that didn't have a car. Listen,
True that.
Her and Ashley, you better listen, goddamn.
$5 box niggas.
Ashley, that's cuz.
No, that's cuz that ain't Ashley. I ain't letting Ashley go out like that.
$5 box
Oh, okay.
niggas. You hear that Q? $5. She fucking
For sure. She can for sure get the $5 bag
She
from
get a
Wendy's.
$5 box.
Like family now, she said she ain't gonna let Ashley go, but you gonna let cuz go.
Cuz ain't, hey, listen.
Because
Right, that's fucked up, baby.
Cuz had opportunity.
You see what I'm talking about? Don't act like
Oh,
you know
okay.
me. You look-
No, listen,
I wasn't. No, I wasn't entitled.
No one is never entitled to anything that someone is rewarded. However, when you know someone's heart, and the fact, if I had 1.5 million, right, I got 1.5 thousand, right? Well, I got 1.5 thousand
Think
dollars.
if you need $5,
Right.
And
$500, I got you.
Guess what? I'm gonna say, hey, girl, boy, let's hit starters.
Let's go.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm just saying that sometimes it's never about what's entitled to you. It's about what people think about you when they do have. It's a lot of people that don't. They think a whole lot about you when they don't have.
Hello?
But when they get it, they don't think about you none. That don't make no sense.
Yeah.
So in life, I'm not gonna lie. Q will tell you anybody. Well, you already know. You do it though. You a very genuine person. Whether you just learned it or not, as a humble servant. But we check on each other, right?
Yeah.
And we communicate, right?
I'm weak as hell, but Miles do.
You don't answer your phone.
Right, you don't answer.
Hell no, that's the
Miles
phone.
always check on me.
Right, I check on people because I understand. Like, a lot of people don't hear God's sonic whispers, right?
Mm-hmm.
And when God speaks to me and say they're not listening, I call them. And I call them for a reason, because sometimes they just need to hear an awakening voice so they can awaken and be in tune with their spirit.
Hello?
So when it's time to come, they can be activated. See, one thing about Sada Baby, though I like him as an artist, and I don't care for his music, but when he made activated, right, he made very good sense. Like, people need to activate the internal part of them that makes them happy, what makes them will make other people move as well.
Yeah.
When you move in accordance, right, you don't have to assume shit.
That's right.
Right? So with me and Q and Girl Boy and Marlisha and John Q and Dre and Dro and all of us have, this is called activation. We are activated, and we make sure we do check in on our, even if it's business. Hey, you okay?
Yeah.
What's going on?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, hey, Q, can you take me to the crib? Now he'd be like, nah, if you don't got no gas money. but I
Yeah,
understand.
shit tight right now. Shit,
Well,
bought too many $5 boxes this week.
Yeah, but at the same time,
Might not even be there. It'd be like groceries,
right? But here's the thing, the real truth. You know why we pay this money for gas? Because we don't seek. I guarantee you, not one person in this room Google where to get the cheapest gas at right now.
Well, I'm gonna be honest with you. I have a budget, so
I'm gonna be honest with you. I know where to go. Get
I know
We're on the
what
west
I'm
side,
spending.
on Greenfield Joy Road.
Oh, the west
on
side,
Greenfield.
west side, terrible.
Road,
Down the
yeah.
street.
Michigan and Greenfield.
No, 469. Trust me, I know. They can't beat the 469, can they?
No,
Hell no.
I paid
Can't be
$4.87
forced
a day.
to
We having cheap gas and on Michigan. Like
No,
right
but
there,
but
I'm
listen,
driving.
Joy Road and Greenfield,
If you
all
ain't got no insurance, don't go down that way.
don't go down that way. Why they gonna jack you?
Dearborn don't play.
no, they're
Oh.
Dearborn gonna take your ass to
I'm
jail.
good.
But here's the truth. Joy Road, Greenfield always had the cheapest gas since I have been driving.
Really?
Always have.
Hell no.
And listen, if you drive by there right now, I
She
guarantee
said, "Hell no."
Listen, at one point in time, I was just getting BP gas. Joy Road can't beat Michigan and Greenfield.
how much you want to bet? Let's bet. We'll ride by there today.
All right.
And then you take
Not
a picture.
tonight, because I got something to do. Not tonight.
Okay. She killed me. Hey,
Okay, and you know what, guys? I'm so sorry. I had a thought. So, and
you have
I have a thought.
I had a thought too.
I had a thought.
Oh,
Couple
go ahead.
thoughts.
Okay, it's the Patron.
No Patron. Oh, you got Patron.
That's the Patron.
Pat Ryan.
So I had a thought, and I'm sorry because it came across my mind.
No, go.
But
Go ahead.
back to the dating. So I'll tell you why dating is a setup for divorce. I have dated and dated and dated and never been married.
Yes, because you had options.
I had options.
Yeah.
I felt like I was an option.
Well, you felt like an option because you placed other people to be an option. We wind up becoming the thing that we do the most. If you play, you become a player.
That's absurd.
I'm being honest with you.
It's so absurd.
And then after a player, you get played.
Yeah.
That's just part
That
of life.
karma came back and bit me in the ass.
I don't even call it karma. It's
do.
just the nature of everything. Because people don't like spiders, but they be mad that they got flies in their house.
Oh.
So they kill so many flies. Now that the flies in their house, they can't get rid of the flies. So
Hey, so
now-
this is
go ahead.
way off subject, but what do mosquitoes do? Like, what does they order in the world? Because what the fuck do they do? For real?
They really probably, we don't know because of the ecosystem of insects. You have to really look up the ecosystem of insects.
Mosquitoes is supposed to be a good thing for you, though.
Well,
Right, I'm wondering. Yeah, they got to be for something.
Well, they have to be something, but it's probably not for humans. It
Right,
was
for
probably
animals.
Oh man,
for
okay, I
animals.
got you.
Because if mosquitoes and bees was to leave, we are next.
Yeah, for sure bees. For sure bees.
Yeah, I
Definitely
need
Bees
my
for sure. I
mind.
heard.
I ain't know about no mosquitoes, but
But mosquitoes is it has a lot to do with our ecosystem of life. Okay? Because, and most people don't know, the people think the big ones is the ones that bite. Those are males. Males don't bite.
Really?
The grass ones bite. They
Wait,
take your ass.
wait a
Don't they?
minute. Wait a minute.
Wait, so
Grass
wait.
But you gotta
You just
understand.
look up a nigga
But you-
sitting there looking at you.
So, I mean, but some things you have to really realize. So here's the ecosystem of God. Where do female lions sit?
On the throne.
In the grass.
Yeah.
Look at me, I'm like on the throne.
Everything.
Ass be right there,
like, on
tooted
the
up in
throne.
that, in
On the
that dirt.
No, not
No,
the,
she can't get from the throne. She got to get from the grass to the throne.
Not the toilet. But listen. So here's the thing. If a thing that's big as a lion, remember how you do small things is how you do big things. This is God's order. This is not man's order. How God do small things, he do big things, right?
Yeah.
Like I told anybody, if it's about evolving, then evolution has to be a lie.
Woo, say it again. Evolution has to be alive if it's about evolving.
Right.
Hello.
Because if that's the case,
Get it, girl.
apes or gorillas has not evolved into nothing else yet.
Speaking of which, let me tell you what I found out on Netflix, right? So I was watching a documentary. It might have been Netflix or Hulu. So it was this gorilla. And he was amongst the other gorillas. And it was a gorilla bitch that they have to fight over. Okay.
Gorilla bitch.
I got described as a gorilla bitch.
Gorilla bitch.
That sounds like the chick I know off of Michigan and Wyoming. She a gorilla looking.
No.
Bitch. Go ahead.
No. So every year they fight over this a gorilla bitch. So like this gorilla name was David, and the gorilla bitch sits there while they fight, and they gear up for this fight for like a whole week, and then they start fighting. So they start throwing rocks at the gorilla. They start throwing rocks at David and shit. So David by himself, and it's a team of them, and he got to take them all out. And it shows the whole week of them fucking with him. Ooh, and making a noise, throwing rocks at him and shit. They done chewed his goddamn fingers off and then beat David up. Beat David damn near dead. So the gorillas, the other gorilla bitches had to get him together and lick his wounds and bring him back to health and shit. So ultimately, since he survived that attack, he won the gorilla bitch. But then they got to go fight for it again next year.
Yeah, but here's real life. So
That gorilla pussy better be fire.
10:45, 10:50. But listen, but here's real life, but how God does small things, He does big things, right? Don't humans do the same thing?
Yes. But I want a bunch of gorillas fighting over me.
No, you don't.
I want them to bite each other, fight each other, and to each
And
other.
then you want the one who got their ass kicked?
Yes. Hold on. Let me tell you something. Q. Yes, is what I was getting to. Because women always take the one that they can heal.
Hello.
Okay.
I can hear that. Okay.
And always nurture too, right? So then,
I can do that.
remember, fight for another day. That theory. Listen, people said this guy. I posted something. I said, "Who believe God make mistakes?" And so many people, God don't make no mistakes. Well, He had to, because He found out certain things didn't work. When God said, when I tell people God made predator and prey, I'm not talking about the physicalities of it. I'm talking about the mental portion of it. When people are at a club at 12:30 and that motherfucker close at 1, somebody praying on another.
Hell yeah, you go to predator mode.
There you go.
You get a $5 box. You get a $5 box.
So what I try to explain to people is God made a mistake, because I'm pretty sure when God made the chimpanzee, He's like, this little motherfucker can't even fight.
Right.
He can't defend himself. I gotta make a bigger motherfucker. Let's make a baboon. Poop. Baboon, right?
Right.
Baboon come out. Baboon like, cool. Well, we could tassel. We could fight for a minute, right? Okay, we can't really fuck with him. We gotta make a bigger motherfucker. Let's make an ape. Cool. Let's make an ape. Boom, boom, bam, bam. Cool. Line the fuck up an ape. Let's take it back. Gorilla. You know what I mean? A gorilla come about, lion fuck with him, roar. He said, bring your punk ass over here, split him in half. Got it. We got this down pat, right?
Right. We found it.
Right. And we found the biggest monkey to be able to protect itself.
Well, you know what then? Guy had to learn from that and then go off into other animals then.
Yes, like
The sharks and the whales in the ocean.
Sharks,
fish.
the whales, exactly.
Minnows.
The guy probably started with the water first. God probably started with the water first, because still to this day, no one has ever appointed all species of the animals that's beneath the sea in the ocean. However, the biggest cat right now is still the lion. However, lions do not fuck with panthers.
I didn't know that.
Lions don't fuck with panthers.
I didn't
You
know
have
that.
never seen a fight where a lion is trying to fuck with a panther.
I'm about to YouTube that shit tonight.
I don't see a lot of panthers at all. They be chilling at the crib, some shit.
You know why you
No.
don't see a lot of panthers? Because panthers are predatorial. They only
So they don't come out until it's time to hunt.
That's it. And they
I got
only
you.
protect. They don't try to intimidate.
So they the 12:30 niggas.
What they are, they the direction. They are the cat that mimics God. Is it when it's
That's
only
deep.
time? No, I ain't really. It's just common sense to me. They only act as God does, because God only show wrath when it has to be shown. He don't show wrath at all times. Cool.
That's your analogy.
That's my analogy of it.
So
Gotcha.
when dating,
Dating.
who is the predator and who is the prey?
The person that's the loneliest is the predator, because they begin to prey on everybody.
Really?
Yes, the one who's the loneliest prey on everything, because
That's
they
true.
then have the power to say "fuck you."
Ooh.
Okay.
I don't know. That's a tough one, dog.
Well,
That's a tough one, dog.
But here's why I say this. So listen, I admitted my sexual addiction earlier. The reason why I had sex with women like that was because I was lonely. Okay? I was lonely, so I knew if I had sex with women, I had time with them.
Okay.
And I know they just won't be able to just get up and leave. You feel me?
Which makes sense to why women ultimately go through a breakup and then they start going out with different guys, immediately dating.
And then they have more stories to tell. Girl, I went out with Joe. Girl, I went out with Jeff.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Because now the power is in there.
When I went for hot to
I'm
time.
scared to date now. I'm like, please don't ask me on a date.
Well, don't. Well,
I don't know. I'm so scared. Like, I don't want to go out to dinner. That's for sure. I do not want to go out to fucking dinner with nobody.
Is it because of the fajita?
I just got because of the fajita.
It's running from hot to time, dude.
I just
You gonna get the $5 bottle.
no. I feel like it's like a repeated cycle.
But why go into a situation negative and you don't even know what's
I'm
going
scared.
See?
I'm traumatized. I got trauma.
the bottom line. I'm
traumatized.
traumatized.
I'm traumatized.
But you know fear comes within you and you create fear.
That's fine. I'm gonna live in my fear until I'm able to come out of my
But
fear.
listen.
And I'm okay.
That's
with
all
it.
I live in that shit,
I'm
goddammit.
living in that
So
shit, and I'm
listen,
okay with it.
let's take it from what you do. You do real
Damn.
estate.
I do real estate.
So let's focus on the right questions
Right.
to get the better results
Right.
so you can know what you're dealing with.
Yeah, I get that. But guess what? Also in real estate, buyers are liars.
Buyers may be liars, but the paperwork can't.
But again, buyers are still liars.
But the paperwork
Buddy,
cannot.
Greg.
I'm
yeah,
trying
but,
to
but,
tell-
but listen.
but listen, the paperwork, even though they submit the paperwork, they still disappear.
So that's very true. But what you do with a guy, I tell women all the time, when a guy when you feel like a guy lying, say, listen, in order for us to have sex, I need to see your paperwork. Let's start there. Because if I cannot go into a place where your personal information is not, I don't have to worry
When
about
they're
it.
aloof.
Well, no. Whether
Yeah, when somebody's been
Aloof.
aloof. Yeah. I dated someone that was an aloof person.
well, they could be aloof, but I'm talking about somebody. I ain't talking about aloof. I'm talking about a person who really wants to be with you. See, when a person really want to be with you, he'll give up everything except for the code to his phone. And
Except that.
I mean, because that's
Except
very,
for the code to the phone.
Yes.
Get the
'cause-
fuck out of here.
No, the reason why you don't want to get the code to your phone because some things you may have.
Damn.
That's how,
She probably snore like that for real. That shit sounded real.
hey, look. That's
I looked at the camera like,
you know that's where her coochie sound right about now. Listen, it's, because
No, you didn't.
because you sleeping on it,
Okay,
and you can't fall asleep on your coochie. So
that's a lie.
Dog,
You
I mean-
know what kind of coochie you got?
you get for holiday. What did you
yeah, right. She getting for holiday, right? She getting for holiday, so you can't, you
Don't-
can't, no,
Can't sleep on that pussy.
can't talk about the archives that's on your pizza. So I had a similar situation. Q. This girl said, "I want some archives on my pizza."
Some archives.
And
Archives.
the bitch trying to say anchovies.
Archives.
She was trying to say anchovies. The bitch said archives. I said, okay, never mind, bitch.
She should just point,
I said,
just
you know,
point to the shit.
I said, you know what?
Said
Then
point
that's what she did. She said, archives right here. We had 2 minutes, but listen. She said archives, and I was like, well, look, I tell you what, I got an important phone call, and I got to go. So just make it to go, and you can have the pizza. Anyway, so
You got a piece with the archives.
with the archives, and I can't send a chick who cannot cannot sound out the word avocados. Yeah, the bitch said avocados.
Oh Jesus!
I mean, it might be a speech impediment, man. You can't be mad about that.
Well,
That
she
might be a
can-
physical defect.
She can impair it on her own.
Well,
on
this
her
is where
speech.
you come in as the teacher, the leader,
Yeah,
and you got to educate.
but I'm not going to educate and help.
Yes, you are.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are. You
I
got
would-
to ask the right questions up front and get the paperwork. I need your GED.
That's a lot of
And I
baggage.
need your high
Dog.
school. I need your transcripts. I need your
Hey, girl,
transcripts.
boy, give us a couple more
Transcripts.
minutes. Give us a couple more minutes. Don't worry about it.
That's motherfucking.
You just said
baggage.
ask the right questions. That's what you just said.
Well, you ask the right
Paperwork.
questions. Like, one, do you have a GED, high school degree, or college degree?
Right.
You don't need none of them to figure out if you dumb or not.
No, right. You don't need none of them. But one thing you can do is ask a person, what is our purpose?
True.
when you ask them what is what would be our purpose or what is our purpose, and they say I don't know, that's the person you will leave alone.
How soon can you ask that question though? Because if you ask it too soon, I probably don't know.
Within 3 to 4 months.
After wait a minute. Wait a minute. So now I got to invest 90 to 120 days to ask you the question. What is our purpose to decide if I really want to rock with you?
You'd rather spend you rather spend 90 to 120 days.
That's like quarterly.
Yeah,
so that's like 3 people a year,
But no.
right?
I'm talking about, no, this one problem dealing with one person. If you deal with this person, right, and you deal with them 90 to 120 days, it's better than having an 18-year commitment.
Well, how about we just get this over in the first week?
Okay, well, shit.
Yeah, like instead of 90 to 120
I don't think that works.
That's not gonna work.
So when did she mispronunciate the goddamn avocados?
Well, when we went out again, like
What day was it?
this is like week 2.
And you still
Cause I want to sit. I don't feel comfortable to sit across. If I feel comfortable to sit across from you,
yeah.
I'm very interested in you.
Okay.
I would never just meet somebody and say, let's meet out for lunch. If anybody know me, know I'm very secluded on how I was. Girl boy even say, when I pick you up, do you want to meet me down the street? She had that much respect for me because she know I don't like nobody know where I live at.
Okay.
It's not because of how beautiful the inside and the outside or what I got at my house. I just don't know. I don't want no one to know where I live at, where I rest my head at.
Exactly.
So, because it's easier to get a motherfucker.
Right.
Okay.
In and out.
In and out, right.
That's where I live.
Right, exactly. And where my child rests her head.
Yes, Lord.
Wherever my child rests her head out, you would never really know. If you got that much control, I care about you. I don't give a care.
Yeah.
You see, I could easily, girl boy, when she took me home, I could be like, I catch an Uber. Or I'm just going to stay late. Don't worry about me. And I just catch an Uber at home. It's just, I trust her enough to where I don't believe she would ever bring me no harm.
Yeah, for sure.
Shout out to Girl Boy. Okay.
So when we talking about dating, Q, dating is I believe is a setup for divorce in the sense of not caring enough when to stay in the game when it get tough. Steph Curry has shown us sometimes just because I'm 20 down don't mean I'm going to lose. It just mean I'm 20 down.
Right. That's for sure.
You know, because all I need is 21 shots, 21 points to win the game.
Right.
And it doesn't matter as long as I won the game.
Right.
It don't matter how much lead I had on you. And we also seen where in the Pistons where they have a big lead and they still lose.
Right.
Right. Shout out to the Pistons.
Shout out.
Yeah. And end up.
I don't even call them bitch the Pistons no more. I call them the missings because that's all they do is miss. I'm being honest with you. They miss championship games, home games, away
Yeah, we
games.
still got a Pistons team. Who play on it?
I don't have not one idea. I just
Cade Cunningham.
They got a new little good squad. I seen some pictures of it.
Did you?
Yeah.
because they all had Cardis on. I'm about to say they all had Bacardi.
Yeah, I want to say they did pretty well in the draft the other day.
They did well in the draft.
Yeah.
But what I will say, just because they did good on the draft, don't mean they don't do good on the court.
True that.
Oh yeah, it might not
I
translate.
mean, you need like a better coach.
That's exactly what happens when you date. Just
Y'all gotta
because
relax
you
on the
did
black coach.
Good on the draft does not mean you're going to do good on the court.
That's why you got a good team. You just need a new coach. Anyway.
All the shots, baka.
Bam, bam, bam. So a lot of times people have a woman have everything to give and offer, but she always wind up giving it to the most lamest ass dude. Not because of the looks or the money. It's just because a woman who fall for a sucker always believe that they got the rapper to wrap him up later with. And the truth of the matter is, her rapper don't fit that type of sucker.
Look at this nigga trying to go out with philosophy.
Philosophizing and shit.
Go ahead and philosophize in, my dog.
Till you get to the center of a
Tootsie Pop.
So what makes a sucker?
What makes it
For the folks in the background.
for the folks in the background at the top of the church in the balcony, what makes a sucker is a person who knows exactly what you said you wanted and they gave it to you so they can get in and then falsify their ID once they got in.
Oh.
It's just like a motherfucker realizing like here's a sad part. Well, a lot of times women and men act like bouncers in the club. You show your ID, and it says you're 21. And then once the markings of the word 21 falls off by you already being in, they say, well, fuck it. He's already or she's already in. Let her stay. But then she get drunk. But then she get drunk as a skunk, or he get drunk as a skunk, throw up everywhere, and you realize he really underage. So you don't want to throw him out because the cops gonna come. The cops gonna see that you ain't did your job. So in other words, your family gonna come and see you ain't do your proper due diligence. So he or
And now
she
you embarrassed, so
and now you
you
there
don't wanna-
you go,
yeah, I
and now
got
you don't want to involve.
This nigga coming up with the analogies
Oh, here we go.
tonight.
Here
All
we
right,
go.
cuz.
Okay, so we got you drunk in the club, underage. The police gonna come because you lied and shit.
Because right now what happened was God unveiled all because you was not ready, and by you not being ready, you embarrass yourself, and you cannot no longer go to that woman who you thought was your girlfriend. When a man calls a woman his girlfriend, that automatically should put you in a place, and vice versa. When a woman says her boyfriend, but she identify herself as a woman, so those two things has to be thought about. When a woman said, "Oh, my boyfriend at the house," I said, "Well, damn, you 40. You got a boyfriend?"
Yeah, a little boyfriend.
Wait, but you can't judge that though.
No, yes, I can.
No, because listen, a woman can say that like it's her boyfriend, right?
Her boyfriend?
Yeah, she could say that. She could say that or whatnot.
Well, what's the difference
You feel
between
me?
a boyfriend and a man?
Here's
It's
what
the same.
it's no, it's not the same. It's how the
What's
woman.
your old man though?
No, this is how. Okay, but even if she said she got an old man at the crib, that means at least she have enough to respect to identify him for who he is.
The old man.
Yeah, but that's like
Well,
when
what
a
the
good-
fuck do they do different? That's what I want to know.
Here's what they do different.
She trying to get to the bottom of this shit.
Let's say it's not what they do different; it's how they are represented. If you said you got to listen, when I used to be at the club when I was younger, and the girl said, "Oh, my man is at home," right? I said, "Oh, okay, you have a blessed day." When she said, "My boyfriend is at the crib," boy, crib, friend. Let me get that number. You feel me?
I don't know how to distinguish the difference. I'm
I'm gonna tell you. You hear what I said? Marlisha, if I was to meet you in the club and you tell me that your man is at home, right?
Yeah.
I won't fuck with you. You
Why?
know why?
'Cause you said my man.
Because you said your man. You respect him as a man.
Okay.
So now you say.
Oh, so now we talking about me, but I'm giving off, right?
Right. No. So if you say your boyfriend is at the crib, friend,
At the
crib,
Okay,
baby,
now I got it.
I would be like, well, let me get that number.
That's like you say you live here, or you said I stay here.
This
Gotcha,
totally,
gotcha.
Stay here is I'm
In
just
and out.
passing
Yeah,
through.
in and out. Right.
yeah.
Versus
When you say
okay.
I live here, that means there's some attachment.
Gotcha.
with it.
Okay.
You feel me?
Yeah,
That
yeah.
is
That's
my
why
drawers
I
there.
say,
Say about some drawers.
ain't nothing wrong with jaws.
Yeah,
or
let's say my
drawers.
drawers there.
Right, my drawers.
And my
So-
empty $5 box from the night before.
Hey, Loki, I need a $5 box right now.
With all pepperonis. Listen, on that note,
Shit,
Q,
I
tell
got you,
them where
Marley. You quit playing.
Q, tell them where they can find you.
Check me out every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. eblockradio.com. Shout out to my mans Angry Man and Monk Money on the Wake and
Money.
Bake Show. Tuesdays and Thursdays on the Rise and Grind Show. Tuesday nights right here on Girth. Wednesday nights on Word on the Street podcast. And of course, check me out on IG at q.lewis313. You already know what it is. The livest cloud radio show on the planet, boy. E-Block Radio. It's your boy Q Lewis. Hold it down live from the 48205. I just added that on.
Yeah.
Gang, gang.
Gang. Pow.
Pow, bang.
I wanted to fuck Miles up because I think he thought he knew what I was going to
No,
say.
I didn't.
So
That's why I
add
didn't
some more
repeat
shit
it.
to
I knew you was going
I
to do that
got
shit because Marley here.
Yeah, you ain't know
I
this shit.
love me some kill.
You acting like a five.
Yeah, I'm out here fronting. I'm fronting in front of company and shit.
Right. With your nightie on.
Fuck
That nigga
yeah.
got a nightie on. I bet you if he stand up, he don't got no drawers on. I mean, he don't
Who
got
ain't
no
got no
pants
drawers
on.
on?
He got drawers on, but he
Yeah,
don't got his, and what? Stand
Yeah, I
up
got
shit.
drawers on. This morning I had pants
Oh,
on. Today I just got
stand
drawers
up.
on.
I can tell he just got his drawers on. Not my. We
Oh
don't
no,
want
they
them-
the
Q.
laundry drawers too. They fucked up.
Q will stand up look like two big ass erasers put together. Listen,
Don't
Q.
be talking about you. What? Like two pinky racers.
Hey, what girl boy be saying? That nigga just jealous.
Jealous.
Just jealous, okay.
That nigga just jealous of me,
Hey,
dog.
Q, remember this joke?
Man, fuck you.
Okay. So
Whatever,
I'm not gonna say it because Marlies here. I'll be capping on you all day. So, Marlies,
Capping
tell them where they can find you at.
You can find me on Instagram and Facebook at Marlisha_Laney.
All right,
Hashtag Realtor Marlisha Darnell.
okay. Shout out to Marlies. You can